You can do that on the air. That would make for great radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax.
You've got it tuned to KEXP. We are listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 FM in the Bay Area, streaming worldwide at kexp.org and on the KEXP mobile apps. I'm Cheryl Waters, live on KEXP from Noise Pop. We're here at 25th Street recording in Oakland, and so happy to have Spacemoth here with us today. Welcome.
Thanks so much for having us.
I'm so excited. You're going to share some new songs with us today.
Oh, yeah.
You going to start off with those?
Oh, yes.
All right. It's Spacemoth live on KEXP. You're listening to Spacemoth live on KEXP, a new song from an upcoming album, Inward Eye, that doesn't come out until June. You're listening to Spacemoth live on KEXP. Those first two songs from the upcoming album Inward Eye, that'll be out June 26th. And I think a couple songs coming up now from No Past, No Future, the album we've been playing the heck out of since 2022. The exciting sounds of Spacemoth live on KEXP at Noise Pop. amazing Spacemoth live on KEXP. You all sound so fantastic. Thank you so much for bringing that to the KEXP airwaves.
Thanks so much for having us. It is such a treat to be here on KEXP here at 25th Street Recording in Oakland. So cool to do it here.
Really cool.
Bay.
Yeah, Maryam, you've been a frequent visitor to the KEXP studios in Seattle, and it's great to feature Spacemoth here in your own hometown.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I have really enjoyed playing at KEXP with both La Luz and also my solo project Doe-Eye, so it's really so fun to be here with this project, Spacemoth.
Well, the road that led you to making music is a long, passionate, and dedicated one, and you knew at a young age that music was the only path for you. You tried to be the dedicated daughter and tipped your toe into pre-med, but you had no choice but to follow through with music. You faced some challenges along the way, but can you talk to us a little bit? I know it's a long story, but about your path to making music a full-time endeavor?
Yes. Well, I've always been so dedicated to music just from a young age. It's one of those things where it's kind of unexplainable, just how it made me feel from a really young age. And yeah, there were some challenges along the way. My family just, weren't really wanting me to pursue music as a career. They were, okay about it as like a hobby. And, I had parents who kind of wanted to have me have a really stable job. And I was just sort of like, there's just no way. I have to pursue music. There's nothing that can stop me. And I feel like some of those, initial restraints that I had shaped me into who I am now, because I feel like it just drove me even more to really push for working on music and having a career in music. And I started off just playing guitar in my bedroom, making little loops, just like I do now on my looping pedal, and over time writing songs. And the very first time that one of the first times that I went into a studio was here in the Bay Area at Tiny Telephone, which was such a, just one of the most really influential experience. Just seeing like all the outboard gear, all of the VU meters, and like seeing just how a producer and an engineer and a band all work together. I always thought was so cool and beautiful, and really, really inspired me. And I really wanted so badly to be in the studio. Like I would have sessions and I'd be like, God, how do I get back here? How can I just be here? And I think there was an assistant who was working at Tiny at the time, named Kelly Coyne. Shout out Kelly Coyne. She told me, hey, you should go take classes at Women's Audio Mission. And I said, awesome, that sounds great. It's this nonprofit recording studio run by women, and it's just a really great place to learn. So I started to take intro to recording classes there, and eventually interning at Tiny Telephone. And then over the years, both like Terry Winston, who owns WAM, and also John Vanderslice, who owns Tiny Telephone, and along with my husband, Beau Sorenson, who's an amazing recording engineer and has worked on the last couple Spacemoth records, have been, just sort of like giving me the path. And I'm so grateful to have so many peers here in the Bay Area who were so supportive to my career. And then, of course, like naturally, part of the dream with learning how to record and learning how to use all the instruments in a studio was to be able to make music that I feel like I have full control over, and that I can make all the sounds myself. And that's kind of what led to Spacemoth, which was kind of like my chance to now have take all this knowledge that I have and put it on records and songs that are for me.
I'm curious, with all the experience you've had in the studios and now by this time working with so many bands, you really could do anything you want. I know that on No Past, No Future, you've manipulated the guitar sound so I don't even recognize it as guitar. I mean, you really can just make any sounds you want. So what is it about the sounds that you make in this band that appeals to you when you really could just go any direction you want?
Yeah, I mean, I love taking an instrument and manipulating it into something else, and that example of a guitar is such a big one for me. Like, I love guitar and music. I think it's so special and important, but I always found that it takes up so much space, and I was like, well, what if I could just make it sound like something else? If I can make it sound like a synthesizer, if I could make it sound really filtered, and that is an inspiration for me. Like when I'm working on my own records, when I'm in the studio with other projects too, just like how can we push the boundaries of music with sound? And that's something that's just really exciting to me because it is sort of limitless.
You are a full-time producer and recording engineer, and you work with so many artists. You have some recent releases with Spelling, Toroi Moi. You produced the last Laluz record. You've worked with Meryl from Tune Yards. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. What kind of a producer are you? Are you super hands-on? Are you super engaged? Is it like you're a member of the band? Or are you one of those producers that kind of sits back and just spins the dials?
I like to adjust myself to the project, and like some projects come to me wanting someone to be hands-on, and they, I have projects that come to me that are like, I want you to take like whatever you would do on your record and do it on my record. And that is like the hugest, just like the biggest compliment ever. And those are like really special because they're just like, please, I trust you, do whatever you want. And then there are situations like where, like, for example, Laluz is a band that I started producing the record before I joined the band. And so it's a band that has figured out their songs, and all of the parts and ideas are kind of like the foundation of it is there, but they need somebody to help to like take that vision and bring it to life for the whole record, like find the cool sounds for the drums and find the perfect sound for the guitars. And I don't know, should we cut this section in the song? Should we double it? Actually, should we double it is always the answer. The answer is yes.
More is better.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned that your husband, Beau, is also a producer. I'm very familiar with his work. And it must be nice to have a partner who understands the very specific and challenging aspect of working in music creatively. But I imagine as busy as you both are, and you're in a touring, more than one touring band and producing records all the time, how do you find balance and make sure that you have a life outside the studio?
Well, we try to, have dedicated days off, and sometimes work spills over into that. We like to go on a lot of walks, be out in nature, cook dinner together. Those are some big things, like taking the time in the morning and the evenings to like have space and also just get enough sleep, because that's such a huge part of it. Just like the rest is so important because, our jobs are really demanding, but also, to be honest, like, I'm not just saying this, but I truly, I forget that I'm working every day. Like, I will be, working days and days of sessions. I'm on the road with Laluz. I'm on the road at Spacemoth. It all feels so fun for me and so exciting to do that, the paycheck is awesome. I love getting it. It helps pay the bills. But I think that is part of the balance, is that we are doing what we love to do, and that makes it a lot easier.
Well, working with as many musicians as you do, you must have your pick of anyone to be in a band with you. And you've got Marika, Derek, and Cody here with you today. You sound so incredible, and I'm just so grateful that you were able to come by today with these songs. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having us. It's been a blast.
You're listening to Spacemoth live on KEXP at Noise Pop. We're at 25th Street recording in Oakland, and I want to thank all of our listeners and viewers for helping to make sessions like this possible. Your support makes everything we do at KEXP possible, new music discovery and live music like this. And consider a gift in any amount at kexp.org. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll let you know every time we launch a new session like this one. Spacemoth live on KEXP. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.